Hello YouTube, how you doing today? And welcome back to the live stream where we talk about movies. So let's talk about movies today. Uh, and today I actually have Sabrina here. We have her back so we can go ahead and continue discussing the movies or movie news, right, that happened this week. So I'm excited for this week. It's kind of a good week, I think, for I guess movie news, sort of in a way. I actually have some updates in just in kind of like the business of Disney. So we're gonna talk about information like that, and yeah, in a new biopic that is coming out. That you're gonna be like, wow, really? But then it's gonna make sense. So, but yeah. Let's go ahead and start with the first topic here of the week, which is actually, I don't know if you're gonna be too excited about this, but I think it was pretty cool, just to talk about it, because it was kind of like actually a drama. So if you haven't heard, they're gonna actually start making Fast and Furious spin-off movies. So they're gonna continue the Fast and Furious franchise, but with spin-offs. And so this is actually kind of like I want to hear your opinion, because because it actually involves the actual actors, not the actual movie. So a couple of years ago, when the second movie came out for Fast and the Furious, after that movie came out, when they were between the transition between the second one and the third one, which that's when I don't know if you remember, but you've seen, like, I think you've seen the first and the second one, right? Yeah. So on the second one, that's the one where they have Tyrese as one of the actors, or what was his name? Yeah, Tyrese. Yeah. So he was one of the actors, Tyrese Gibson. He was one of the actors on the movie, and one of the things is that after the second movie came out, they offered him a role on a spin-off movie, but he actually declined that role because, according to rumors, Vin Diesel and Paul Walker, after the first one, they were also offered spin-off roles, but they declined them. They're just rumors. They don't know. But so Tyrese, he actually declined that offer, and then they offered it over to Ludacris, because he was on the second one too. And he also declined it because Tyrese Gibson declined it as well. So now, with the newer movies that are coming out, it's becoming a little bit more popular with, now the ninth one, gosh, dang it, 9 movies already. Oh my God. I mean, they are good in a way that they're, action-packed movies, but yeah, I mean, come on, 9 movies already. But anyways, so now that the new movies are coming out, they offer a role to Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, and he actually accepted it, right? He actually said, "Yeah, I'll go ahead and do the spin-off movie," which is his in Fast and the Furious. His role is Hubs. I think it was his name. Let's see. I have the thing here. Oh, and by the way, guys, if you guys want to see like the stories that we talk about, you can actually find the link on the bottom section below in the description, so you'll be able to see that. But yeah, so Dwayne accepted his role to be Hubs for a spin-off movie, right? And after that was announced that he accepted it, and then he was actually going to do the spin-off movie, Tyrese Gibson actually replied in a post, right? And he said they offered. He actually said that, so I'm gonna read the quote here. It says, "They offered, but you didn't have to agree with a solo Hubs movie," and then he put like in quotation marks, right? It says, original Fast family were saluted you and stand on your shoulders by Vin Diesel, Paul Walker, and Rob Cahoon, he's the director for the first and second movie, I believe. Or the first movie. I think it's the first movie. And then he put like his character names for Ludacris and him and Tyrese. He put his names like together. And then he wrote, "We were offering spin-off as well, and we turned it down." So like he like put those in parentheses, right? So I was like, Wow, like what do you I know what do you think about that? Like, do you think that it was a good idea for The Rock to accept that role, or that spin-off movie, if like everyone else declined theirs? Uh-huh. Uh-huh. The Fast and Furious? Yeah. So you think that Tyrese Gibson is just being kind of like a salty? He's being salty. Well, yeah, but like just having The Rock attached to the title. I guess in a way, yeah. In a way that I guess that's kind of true. Like one of the things that like I wanted to start watching, like the newer movies, like the starting with the fifth one, or was it the fifth one? Yeah, the fifth one is when they introduced him. So I mean, yeah, kind of makes sense. Because that's after that it actually started to get good. So yeah, yeah, that's true. That's true. But like I don't know, like I do feel like it was kind of like a douchey move from The Rock, because like he did, he was yeah, from The Rock. I feel like, because like everyone else declined it, because they wanted to keep it like the family, like they wanted to keep it just like one story, not multiple stories. But like one of the other things, like if you also take into account, like technically the third one, the third Fast and the Furious was not even well, it wasn't. So at the beginning, it wasn't attached to the main movies. After the fifth one, I believe the fifth one or the sixth one is when they showed a in a end cut scene where Statham was killing the oh, what was his name, the Asian guy, I forgot his name. But I forgot the character. But yeah, so like he murdered them. I don't know if you remember the big chase where like they ended up like chasing each other around through like the cars and like the city of Tokyo. I don't know if you remember that. Well, just imagine the Tokyo, the Tokyo part. But yeah, so like he ends up like flipping over, and like his car goes into flames and explodes. But it was because apparently in the fifth one or sixth one, I believe, they introduced Statham, and they attached it with Statham's character killing the Asian guy and in the accident. So he actually apparently like put like a bomb or something and ended up blowing up the car. So that's when they started attaching it to the original franchise, or to the original story. But before that, the original, it was just one scene at the end, all the way at the end of the freaking movie, where it was Vin Diesel and the guy who became like the Tokyo Drift guy. They ended up racing just at the end, but yeah, that was pretty much it. That's all they did with just attaching the movie. So I don't know. I think he was being kind of selfish. The Rock, just to finalize my statement there. I just feel like it was kind of like selfish, but I get it. It's business. You just want to get as much money as you want, or as many as you can. And you just need to hustle and stuff. But But I just feel like it was a little bit selfish. I feel like he's a rock. Freaking projects are gonna come his way no matter what. So like I just feel like it would have been maybe like I would have liked to see maybe someone else, kind of like Vin Diesel, maybe see his story or something. I don't know, but the Rock. No, I don't think so because he's the main character. That's true. That's true. Yeah, that's true. Yeah. I guess that's true. I, yeah, yeah. I with the Fast and the Furious. Well, other people have other opinions for them, so. Yeah, yeah. You don't think they're a part to like those movies? Yeah, no, and I totally agree. That's the thing. It's like these movies are just for like just to have fun. Just to watch them because they're fun. And that's their all. I'm pretty sure that's the main purpose of the movies. It's just to make the movies fun. But yeah, no, and I yeah, that's true. Right, right, and yeah, it makes sense. One of the things like I feel like now I don't know, but like I feel like these movies make it like remake in a couple of years. Maybe like I'll give it 10 years and they'll make a remake of the franchise. I think this type of movie will turn into that. Will turn into like the remakes. Yeah. No, not like a Blade Runner. Well, sort of. Yeah, more like a RoboCop or what was the other one? No, but I mean, yeah, yeah, yeah. I would think more like a RoboCop, because they already remade it. RoboCop they remade it. So yeah, so I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens with the Fast and Furious movies. But yeah, let's go ahead and move on to our next topic of the week. And today, or the next topic would be Jimmy Lee Curtis is returning to the new Halloween movies. I don't know if you knew, but they're rebooting the Halloween movies. Well, they're not rebooting it. They're not rebooting it. They're actually continuing the original two movies. Yeah, the original two. Yeah, so like, well, and then she was also playing the sister, Michael Myers' sister. So she is one of the main characters. The second movie, it was pretty much, I think, mostly her, because she was trying. Yeah, I think it was the second one, but yeah, she's returning to play. Well, they haven't announced exactly who's going to, or who's going to play the role, but I'm pretty sure, everyone is thinking, and everyone already knows that it's going to be her playing that role, but they haven't quite announced yet. who she would play. Yeah, they haven't made it official, but yeah, she's on the talks to coming back to play the character, to be part of the re or the, I guess would be the sequel or the pre no the sequel, yeah, the continuation, I guess, of the second one. So they're gonna continue, a couple years after. I don't know. I thought that was pretty interesting. Um, so yeah, so like I don't know, like I think that is a good idea. I like when they bring like old characters, or not old characters but old actors back, and they continue the story. So for example, with Star Wars, with the when they brought freaking Harrison Ford, freaking Chewie, Princess Leia, when they brought all those guys back, like that was pretty awesome. They're continuing the story. They're introducing new characters, so they're kind of like passing the torch. They're passing. Okay, this was our kind of like our movie. Here you guys go. Like I like when they do that. Like when they just continue the story with just passing the torch. I don't like it when they try to do the oh, let's just remake the whole story, f everything, fuck everything, let's let's remake everything. It's like I don't like when they do that. I actually really like when they bring the characters back. And I don't know, I'm actually willing to go ahead and rewatch the old ones. One of the things I haven't been wanting to watch the old ones, because like I'm like, it's an older movie, I'd rather watch the newer ones. Although I do agree it's a really good movie. It's a really good horror film. But with age, yeah, you like to watch better stuff. Well, not better stuff, but better quality stuff, I guess. But I don't know. I think it'd be a pretty cool thing, to see those characters back. And I want to watch the older movies so we can like catch up and everything before we watch this movie, obviously. But I don't know, like what other movies do you think that they should bring back, like that, like franchises, or maybe like continuing the story but with new characters? What other? Yeah, well, there is the new one coming out, but I think it's also like a no, that yeah, I think that was a reboot. Yeah, I heard that we're gonna do a TV show too, but I don't remember. Yeah, they already made it. They're just gonna release it here soon, I think. Mm-hmm. Yeah, the the original one. Well, the original was I don't know. I just feel like it's a little bit too soon to remake the Saw movies. This just like completely reboot though, or continue the story but with someone else. But the thing is, like, you're already continuing the story with someone else though. Like right now they're continuing the story with someone else. I don't know. Like I like to see. Well, they're already remaking the Chucky movies as well. Yeah, they're what a new Chucky movie is coming too. Let's see. You know what? They haven't actually remade. Oh well, they have, but they haven't. Nightmare on Elm Street. They made that. They made that. What was like 2007? It came out the last one. But yeah, they told the story. Kind of like the Yeah, I actually didn't like it. It sucked. It wasn't one of those good remakes. That was one of those like cheap ones that it just wanted. They were just going for the money. But like, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like they're starting to remake movies and they're actually have been really good. We still haven't gotten seen it. Well, which we'll definitely do here soon, hopefully this weekend or next weekend. But like, I want to go see that movie. That actually has gotten really good rates. You know. Uh huh. What is it? Oh, the egg. Well, they haven't. They haven't. Um. Oh, okay. Just like a completely remake. Ah, okay, I get it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I would like to see it to see what they do. Oh, you know who would be good, but I don't know if you'd like to. Just because he has done like, for example, The Conjuring and stuff like that. But James Wan, James Wan is such a great, great freaking like horror director. One of the things is that his specialty is not horror though. It's more like a suspense. It keeps it like build up. Like it keeps it like on the edge of your seat, you never knowing what's gonna happen, and that's one of the great things that James Wan does with his movies, like the suspense, the way that he builds to the actual scare is, it's great. That's one of the things is that with horror movies, that's what you want. That's one of the things that you would like to see in horror movies. It's just to see that suspense of the actual scare, because like you're gonna have like a jump scare, and it's gonna be just scary for one time, and you're like, oh, it's over, whatever, just ignore it, But with the suspense and with building up to the scare, you can have your audience pretty much scale. uh, scale. You can have your audience scared throughout the whole movie, and that's the thing is like with The Conjuring, 1 and 2, both of the movies like kept me scared throughout the whole movie. You know? So that's one of the things that he actually does good, and that's one of the things is like when it's a good horror film when that buildup is there. So I like to see that if they do bring back more horror films or more ghost films and stuff like that, like The Exorcist and stuff like that, like I want that buildup. I want that to have like the not make me like freaking block my eyes with my hands, and like not wanting to watch what's gonna happen. That's what I want, because that's what the thing is like. That's what like brings you back. That's what like people watch movie. That's why, just that scare factor. But I don't know. That's one of the things that I enjoy about horror films. Yeah. Yeah, that's true. And I don't know. I don't know. It'll be pretty interesting to see what they to see what they offer. Uh, but yeah, let's actually move on to the next topic. And we actually gonna talk about Jared Leto playing Hugh Hefner in a new biopic. Well, in ways he wasn't an honorable man, you know. I mean, I guess, but well, no, no. I mean, yeah, but like, anyways, continuing.
That that sounds really cool. Like it's cool that they're making a movie about his life, and it's even cooler that Jared Leto is gonna take that role.
I know. I mean, one of the things is like, he was well, he is already official, to play, and one of the other things is like, Jared Leto is actually really good freaking
Oh
actor,
yeah,
dude. Like
he is.
he I mean, we didn't get much to see on his role of being like the Joker, because freaking Suicide Squad, Jesus Christ, they didn't want to show
Yeah.
us. But one of the things is like, I'm excited. I'm excited to see what they do or what he does with the role, because
Yeah.
he wasn't kind of he was a kind of I guess a different guy in a way if you think about it.
Yeah.
Because he had this perfect life. He had money. He had women. You know, like I wonder what he's gonna do with that role. Like, is he like gonna completely dive into it? Because he's one of those actors that is dives into his role as much as he can.
Yeah, like a method actor.
Yeah, method actor. Yeah, exactly. And
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, will he do that? Will he go through the
You
steps of
know,
becoming him? I don't know. Like, I don't know
is he
exactly
gonna
what
go
what it
all
takes for
around?
an actor to do that, but like, one of the things is that with Jared Leto, like, I think he can do it. Like, I think he can take that role and make it his, or
Oh yeah,
not his, but
totally.
he would be Hugh Hefner.
Yeah, 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 totally. I agree. Because I think Jared Leto is super. There's no doubt about that. And I think that because he is a method actor, like he probably will like study his life a lot. So I'm pretty sure, like gonna try to pay respect to this man, who basically made this fortune and stuff. Such a like a legend, I guess, as Hugh Hefner.
Yeah. And then one of the cool things is when I was reading this news this article, they were actually talking that at one point, Robert Downey Jr. was actually in the talks
No
to play Hugh
way,
Hefner.
no
Yeah.
way.
Um,
That would have been awesome. Like, okay, so no hate to
Jared Leto.
Jared Leto, but like I feel like Robert Downey Jr. could do such a good job at Hugh
Do
Hefner,
you th-
you know?
do you
Yeah.
think because of his role with Iron Man, because he's like kind of like that
Oh,
playboyish kind of way?
yeah, definitely, definitely. But the thing is that I don't know. Ah, I guess I could see both of them. Like they could both do a great job with it, but I don't know. It could be because he's still with Disney because of Marvel. They it might create some
Some conflict with that? No, I don't.
yeah.
Well,
You don't think so?
no, I
I
don't think so. I don't think so because it's not the movie is not like by this third party. It's a big production company who's actually doing this. So I don't think it would be much of a problem with that. I think, what was the company? I think it was or what was it called? I can't remember. But oh, TAHR, it's called. That's the company who's making it. I don't know if you've seen it, but like it's all over the when you um it's a big production company pretty much. And I don't
mm,
I don't think I don't think you have much problem if Robert Downey Jr. played Hugh Hefner. But as of right now, it is confirmed that Jared Leto will be playing Hugh Hefner in the new movie. And it's actually pretty funny because one of the things is that looking actually at the picture here, because I actually have the article pulled up and actually the people can see it too. Um,
Yeah.
but the picture that they found from Jared Leto and the picture that they have for Hugh Hefner, he they kind of look alike actually.
Do you think maybe that's why they chose him?
Maybe because they do look quite a bit like they look pretty close.
So maybe that could be it, you know? Maybe they wanted to get a true representation of Hugh Hefner, you know? So they just went with the person that, looked like him the most.
Yeah,
I don't, like I could see that. I could see that happening, like cuz sometimes I think for especially for like a biopic, obviously you want to get a good physical representation of who that person was, not just as, like their character, but like
they're
their
like kind of how they look. Well, yeah, I mean because it's a biopic, they
yeah.
have to get like the closest looking guy to the
Yeah.
actual character. But I don't know, like,
Yeah.
what do you think that they'll do? Do you think they'll start from the very beginning, from like when he started doing his empire, kind of like the
Oh yeah, probably like from like his childhood, like
oh, that would be
the pro-
weird. That would be weird.
but like I would like to see that to kind of see like how did this guy end up to be who he is, like
Well, yeah. I mean,
and
everyone's
that's
curious,
the point. That's the point. So I think they're gonna start as like young as his childhood,
right? No, I think they should start with like maybe like his when he started getting into the
teenage.
industry.
But maybe there's something in like his childhood that kind of inspired him or something,
Okay, to
to
do like porn and stuff.
yes. Yes. He's like, I don't wanna fucking be looking at I don't know. I'm just trying to justify my thing. But like
Well, okay, I guess if
to
there
me
was
it
like a
seems
major part on his life, then yeah, like,
that's what I'm trying to
but
say.
like I don't. Well, I don't know his life, right? I don't know, but like
I know
we'll
what you
just
mean.
leave it
Like
at
what
that
could have
because I
happened
mean
to
we
him.
don't know, right? We don't know because we don't know the story. We don't know Hugh Hefner. What I think I just wanted to talk about it because it had Jared Leto, and Jared Leto is a pretty good actor, and Hugh
Yeah, he is.
Hefner is a very iconic person,
Yeah.
and then it's a movie. So that's why I wanted to bring it
That
up. And then one of the
yeah.
things is that I also found out that Robert Downey Jr. was, in the talks to play Hugh Hefner, and yeah, you're right. I would love to see that, but it's already confirmed. What can we do? I mean, it could drop off, and be like, hey, Robert Downey Jr. come over, type thing. But you never know.
Yeah. Obviously.
All right, so okay, so this next story, I'm actually kind of excited because I think you'll be pretty surprised. I'm pretty sure you already heard about it, but I still wanted to mention it.
Okay.
So they're gonna be making a streaming service for Disney.
No way.
Yep.
I hadn't heard about that actually.
So the CEO from Disney just announced that they'll be doing a streaming service for all Disney movies, shows, everything, everything that
Wow.
Disney does. Pretty much Pixar movies, all that. We don't know
Dang.
specifically all the details, so we don't know if it's gonna be like one every so often you'll release a movie or something, or they'll have the whole library. We don't know yet, but they have announced it that they are planning to go ahead and go into the streaming service, but just with Disney movies. So I don't know.
That is pretty sick. I feel like that could do really, really well because a lot of people, Disney's huge, you know, and like adults and like adults love Disney as well, because it's like nostalgic, especially with like the older movies, like the classic Disney movies. And Disney's also very like trendy, Like I feel like it's kind of like Disney's kind of mainstream,
Yeah,
you know? So I feel like it could do really well. But what would scare me is that like maybe if they made it super expensive or I don't know. I feel like price could be
like kind of like
like a tipping point.
do you think so? Like, do you think they'll make it super expensive?
I mean, with well, I guess depending on how they're gonna do it, like if it's gonna be like kind of how you said, like every once in a while they're just gonna upload a different movie or something, or if it's gonna be like um they
They'll
just
have the
have like the
whole
whole
library type thing.
library. I don't If they have the whole library, I think it's fair for them to charge a lot because like the Disney vaults and stuff
Mm.
where they only release DVD, like they only reprint DVDs every once in a while, every like I don't know how many years.
Yeah, well, actually, one of the things is that the CEO actually touched on that. So, like, he was actually talking about that.
Oh yeah.
One of the reasons why they decided to get the streaming service, or one of the reasons why they decided to do the streaming service, is because they wanted to be ahead of the curve, pretty much. They wanted to be up with the people who were getting money for streaming services, for pretty much Netflix, Hulu, because Disney has contract with them and they have Disney
Yeah.
movies in there, so that's one of the things is that they wanted to stay ahead. They wanted to have their own thing. I feel like it's kind of greedy too because it's like really,
Yeah, it is.
like like for a fact that people, no matter, kind of like how you said, no matter the age, kids, adults, old, young, whatever, they'll they'll still go see your movies. Like
Yeah.
Disney is such a huge company that have a ton of freaking like content that they're just gonna make money out of it. Like I feel like it is a little bit
Yeah.
greedy, but I mean it kind of makes sense because
Yeah.
one of the things that this as well that CEO was talking about is that back in the day, back when they were barely announcing or they were barely gonna be releasing the VHS, people or like production companies, big movie productions didn't actually want this to happen because you know they um they were going to lose money from people going to the movies, because they were going to have them at home, so they wouldn't be able to release you know movies in theaters and stuff like that. So like pretty much movie companies decided, hey, we don't want to do this. We don't want to have VHSs
Yeah.
ruin our business. But the thing, if you think about it, one of the things is that they keep getting money through there, right? Because
Yeah.
they sell the movies, they sell the DVDs, they sell the Blu-rays and all that. And that's one of the things that the Disney or the CEO from Disney was saying is that if you remember back then, people didn't want that to happen. And now with the streaming service, now that everybody is going through streaming service, with Hulu, HBO, and all that crap, that is coming out
Yeah. Yeah.
nowadays, they wanted to be, we want to be ahead of the curve too. We don't want to stay behind, so we're
Yeah.
just gonna release this but just for Disney stuff. So I mean,
Yeah. And I feel like that could be super successful, and I think that's a great idea on Disney's part because I feel like a lot of people will pay to see that, to have that streaming service.
yeah,
So
yeah,
I
but
think it's a great idea, but I do think it's greedy. But I know that I'm probably gonna pay for it, like if it does happen. Well, I mean, is it confirmed or is it just like,
no, it is confirmed.
oh shit,
Yeah,
that's awesome.
it is
So
confirmed.
yeah,
So
I will definitely be paying for this, whether it's like once in a while they upload new movies, like older movies or something, like, or if it's the whole library. Either way, I know that I'm gonna pay for it because I love Disney.
yeah, I mean, and like,
Uh,
I mean, yeah, like especially like, well, not even like adults, but like especially parents would like get like
oh
so much
yeah,
use out of
because
that.
they can just like they don't have to worry about their kids looking at other types of movies that maybe they don't want them to see, like on Netflix or Hulu. If they just use this one streaming service, one streaming service for everything that they want that they could need for their children, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, and I
Because
get
like
it.
with Netflix, even if they have like the kids thing, like they could easily switch over to the regular Netflix, like.
Yeah, but
You know.
this is the thing. Is like now when you get to like what people, what their budgets are, right? Depending on the price, would it be would it be worth it buying it though?
Um,
Like for example, now
maybe.
let me give you. I guess let me give you another scenario because like that's a little bit, but like what I'm saying is like nowadays with all these streaming service, with freaking Hulu and freaking Netflix and HBO and
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
like all these streaming services, like a lot of people do have multiples. Do you think that Disney may take some customers from like other streaming
Oh yeah,
services?
because so well, what I'm thinking is that if they create their own streaming service, they probably will terminate their contract with all these other streaming services and be like, "Hey, just get our exclusive one," you know?
Yeah,
And I think if they do that, maybe they'll just start like a little bit at a time and just start cutting it out, you know? People will want to go find those movies and they'll see this streaming service, you know, and they'll probably get like a free month trial and they'll get hooked like the rest of us, you know?
yeah. I think the best plan, like I don't know, from in my opinion, I think for them would be just to keep their contracts with the other places, but don't give them everything. Don't give them like the very new ones. For example, like for example the
I
new Cars
guess.
3 movie they just came out. It's already on DVD, I think. They should put
Yeah,
those there on the Disney's streaming
that's
service.
true.
So they should keep, maybe like give like maybe two or three movies to like the other streaming services, right?
Yeah.
And then just put exclusives, like kind of like how I said, like, oh, it just came out a couple months ago, come and watch it, here at the
Yeah.
Disney's streaming service or whatnot. But
Yeah.
like I don't.
And they could also make it to where like those movies come out in their streaming service before they even come out like on DVD or something, you know,
That's true. Yeah, they could say, hey, come and watch it a month before it
like
comes out
pay
to
yeah,
DVD.
yeah, like hey, pay us fucking I don't know how much money to watch this movie like as soon as it comes out of the theater, you know, or I feel like I would pay for that.
Yeah, I don't know. I just feel like it may be too much. I think the minimum that they're gonna do might be $15.
And well, I think depending on what they do, you know, like if they put the whole library on there, then I would gladly pay $15 a month for that.
Yeah, but you see, that's the thing. It's like if they do $15, then would it be worth it if they don't put everything?
Well, I guess yeah, I don't know. I guess it just depends, you know,
Well,
on
yeah,
like
that's the thing. We'll just leave it up to that, right? Because we don't know yet. We don't know what's gonna happen. So yeah, but
yeah,
let's just go ahead and leave it out to that. We'll see what happens. We'll keep you guys updated if we do hear something else about it. If
yeah,
if finally when they release the official rulings of it, I guess
yeah.
pricing, what they're gonna offer and all that. So well, we'll let you guys know once we get more information about that. So let's go on to the next story. And this story has been, or we have been talking about it for a while now. Now, I've gone through a couple of videos where I've done, movie news and like on one channel and the other one. But
Okay.
I know I've talked about it this like so much, but remember we talked about as well. I think we when we were doing it together, like the talk videos that we were talking about the movies, which I think they were a horrible idea until now. Now that there's a podcast, I think it's a lot better because now we can talk about it more
Okay.
in depth, I guess. Anyways,
Yeah.
but just so you can cut into it, Gambit the movie.
Oh, okay, yes. I was like, he's either talking about like fucking Deadpool or like Gambit.
No, yeah, no, Gambit. We've talked about it for years, literally.
Yeah. So what's going on with Gambit then?
So, oh yeah, right. I forgot. I was about to, I was about to hear like what you're gonna say about the story, but you didn't even know the story.
Yeah, what the hell?
Anyways, they already found a new director. They've gone through two directors already,
Mm-hmm.
and this is the third one. So they hope like the
The heel
freaking
stick.
thing says, the lucky three or whatever, Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, so they
Third
they
time's a
have a
charm.
finally the third director to be enrolled to direct the Gambit movie, which is actually
Okay.
I don't know if you know him, but is Gore Verbitsky. I don't know if I'm
No.
pronouncing the name right, but he is actually
Probably
the
not.
director for the first two Pirates of the Caribbean movies.
Oh, I like the first two cartoons.
So he is in the barely in the early talks of to see if he's gonna be part of the Gambit movie. And
Mm.
actually, funny thing, Channing Tatum is still in the roles to play Gambit.
Really? That's awesome. Because I do think that
Channing
Channing Tatum
Tatum.
could be good. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. Like Channing Tatum, I think that role would fit perfectly. I think they did one time a Photoshop of him with the
The
outfit
costume?
with Gambit's outfit, and actually looked
Yeah.
pretty good, dude. Like
That
he
sounds
like
pretty
I
cool.
feel like that's his role. I feel like this would be like Wolverine to Hugh Jackman, or like
Mm.
freaking Donnie Johnny Robert Downey Jr.
Johnny, Johnny, Johnny.
Robert Downey Jr. for Iron Man.
Yeah.
Like he fits that profile. Like
Yeah. Yeah, I could see that. I could see
like
it.
when I see Gambit, I see him.
Yeah.
I actually was still pretty surprised because they've been talking about this movie for a couple of years now. I think since
Yeah.
2015, maybe late 14. But yeah, I mean it's been a while. It's almost gonna be like 3 years since they've talked about this movie to make it.
Yeah.
And one of the things is this would be just kind of like their own like his spin-off movie. And one of the
Yeah,
things is
yeah,
like we
yeah.
did see that character before, but it was in the Wolverine Origins and it was played by someone else. I can't remember his name, but
Yeah.
yeah, so like so they did portray him in the movies, but it wasn't what we thought, and it wasn't a big role. It was just like a really tiny role.
Yeah, he was just like a barely like a sidekick.
It kinda, yeah. But like also, if you guys don't know who Gambit is, Gambit is this mutant who controls like objects, and he gets the energy from those objects and makes them explode. That's pretty much his power. And then he uses the cards, pretty much the playing cards, to throw them as weapons because he can like kind of like collect that energy from them and then throw them, and then they explode.
Yeah.
So that's pretty much his power. So yeah,
Yeah.
Channing Tatum is already confirmed to be Gambit. Hopefully, he
Yeah.
still is. If it
Like I
continues.
feel like if they keep changing directors, he's just gonna be like, "Fuck this, I'm out." Like, "Fuck you guys, I don't want to do this no more."
Yeah, I know, and that's the thing. That's the thing that worries me because like they're taking way too much.
Yeah.
To do this movie, that I feel like they're just gonna be like, oh, fuck it, let's leave. Like I don't want to do this anymore
Yeah.
because
Like they're just gonna drop it because it just keeps, shit keeps happening.
yeah,
So
yeah.
I feel like they just need to like compromise if that's what, like, I don't even know what are they even fighting about? Like what are the issues?
One of them was scheduling because he had another movie coming up, so he wasn't able to make it. They give it like an explanation here, and so yeah, one of them was because scheduling problems. He was
Okay.
making another movie. I think he was doing Planet of the Rise of the Planet of the Apes. I think that one. I think that's the one.
The first director?
Yeah. Uh huh. And then the second one, let's see. So yeah, so like the first one was originally scheduled it was actually originally to scheduled to release on October 7th from 2016. So that was last year.
That was
Last
last
year,
year,
that was
yeah.
originally when Gambit was supposed to come out.
Yeah,
But
I remember
but they
that.
delayed it. And then
Yeah.
Rise of the Planet of the Apes, Robert Wayne, which is the director, was hired on June 2015 to direct Raging's Cahoon solo adventure. So that's the reason why he left, because he was hired to do another movie because nobody was moving with this movie. So
Yeah.
and then on that same year of 2015, on September, um, they got a Doug Liman, um, who replaced it as a director. He was actually the director behind the Born Identity movies,
Okay.
or the Born Identity, and then from there it was scheduled again to release on August 2016. Oh no, by August 2016, actually he got another role to direct another movie, so that's why he left after that. But yeah, apparently he's been leaving a shit ton of freaking directors, and I also heard a couple writers left too, and musicians for the movie, to come up with the intro. So yeah, so shit ton of things have happened with this movie, but hopefully we get to see it, hopefully in theaters
Yeah.
soon. I mean, at this moment, they're still talking to the director, so he's still thinking
Probably
about it.
not until like another 2 years, honestly. If they get the person now,
Yeah,
then maybe like 2 years. So that we have.
probably. Yeah, probably another 2 years. So I mean, it actually wouldn't come out until probably like 2019. I mean, almost 2020. Maybe
Yeah.
2020. Like if they push it more, that's when it would be coming out. That
Yeah.
would suck, dude. I've been wanting to see this fucking movie since they announced it. Jesus Christ.
Right? Same.
But I don't know.
So
Like, we'll see. We'll see what they do with the story. Uh,
it better fucking be like really good,
I know,
you
right?
know?
Yeah, but I mean, one of the things is like
Like,
with all the directors, they're just walking by. I feel like now it's gonna be like, I don't know. It won't be as good as we think it might be. But one of the things is, if you think about it, if it does get kind of like a cult following, you may see a return later, kind of like as a remake though.
I guess I could see that,
This
but
is the only thing that kind of like made me mad. It's like, really, well, I mean, it kind of wasn't their fault because it was Fox instead of Marvel, but anyways. But like they made Ant-Man first, then Gambit. It's like, come on. Like, I feel like I'm not a big fan of Ant-Man, but like I feel like Gambit is a little bit more cool.
but like the superhero thing right now is taking off more. It's more mainstream than like the mutant thing, you know?
Yeah, that's true. And one of the other things that I also wanted to talk about, but like I didn't see enough space to fit it in, is they were making a new X-Men, and one of the actresses from Game of Thrones is gonna be playing Raven.
Oh yeah, it's the girl who plays Sansa,
Yeah,
huh?
yeah, uh-huh. So I wanted to talk about
Yeah.
that, but I mean, it wasn't.
Well, no, but like no. Cause she was already in shoot.
Oh yeah, no, she was in the
She wasn't
Apocalypse, no,
already in. Yeah, she was.
and she was playing
That's
Raven,
like I
no.
was like, yeah, she was playing Raven.
Oh,
So yeah, that's sorry, babe. That's not me.
oops. But no, I mean, the thing is, like, they may do like a story by herself, though.
Oh, like okay,
Yeah,
that could be cool because I think she was a good Raven.
yeah. So
You
like,
know.
so they may restart that, because like if you think about it, the story between the original story already ended because of the Wolverine movie or the Logan movie. That was pretty much the ending to the
Yeah.
to the movie already.
Yeah.
So that I guess that timeline already ended there. So they're gonna start a new one here with these new characters. Well,
Or
not
they
new
can just do
characters, but
like
the new
a
actors. Coming into with a new role.
yeah,
So
yeah.
so yeah, I don't know. Like I think it would be pretty fun to see that movie. I'd like to see it. Um, but I don't know. But yeah, no, like I'm still kind of upset. I was like, come on, just already do freaking
Gambit.
Gambit. I want to see it already. Jesus Christ. Well, but anyways, guys, we actually came to the end of the live stream. Thank you guys so much for staying tuned here to Popcorn and Movies. If you guys enjoyed this video, go ahead and hit the like button. Also, if you guys like the live stream, go ahead and hit subscribe so you guys can come back every week at 8 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. We'll go ahead and start our live stream here where we talk about the most latest news. We'll see you guys on the next episode. Peace.
Bye.